And we're live. Let's go. First ever episode of Euroscope. It's your boy Eagle Eye. Also with my brother here, Leo. Here is Euroscope. Let's do this.
Peace. Yes.
We're looking forward to this. Welcome to Euroscope, brand new show. With me and my bro Leo out here. Leo, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, my man. I am buzzing after the events of the group stages. I've been buzzing about this idea. I think it's going to change. And obviously, when the Euros are over, this doesn't stop because we are going to be looking at the leagues across Europe. So we are literally scoping the whole of Europe, hence Euroscope. I am buzzing.
Absolutely. So yeah, the content won't stop. And you know, we love chatting about football. Yeah. It's an opportunity to talk ball. So there'll be many opportunities when
we talk balls, all right.
Listen, there's been many times that we can have calling sessions, even tonight. So if you're tuning in, or if you're tuning in late, whatever the scope, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll be having a call in, have your say about the Euros and stuff. So yeah, let's begin. The first thing we're gonna do is just obviously as per usual. We've got a little ticker going on.
Oh, I love it.
Got a little ticker going on. So yeah, as we say, we're really buzzing. Now, group stages. Mad interesting. Very interesting. Like last games were crazy, but we'll take our time with it. We'll take our time with it. Let's start with Group A. That's your nation's group. I know you don't really want to talk about it, but I'm gonna say your boys look good.
No, I'm gonna say like Group A for me. Obviously, it's always going to be dodgy, and I joked about it when we were talking about initially when we were talking about one of the teams. Who is it? Wales. I said Wales are like Stoke, and what did Mancini say? They're like Stoke City because they're like Chelsea. They're literally like that, and he said it. When he said that, I was like, oh my god! I said that during our chat. Because it was one of those games that I know, even if the teams are not massive, I don't know what it is about playing Italy. Obviously, the pristine, the blah blah whatever. They always try harder, and it's not even just against Italy. Like you're looking at the game, we'll get into that, but the Hungary game last night as well. So the teams will try harder, and the fact we had not minnow nations but smaller nations playing like Turkey, Switzerland, and then. Wales as well actually had a good tournament last time as well around. So it's just these teams that are up and coming with players that actually are now they're playing across Europe for big clubs, and you're getting like value for money. You're not just going to get a battering. So obviously when we won our first game 3-0, I was like, wow. And I literally was watching it with my brother and my dad. And for me to watch that game, I was just sitting there, and I've been, obviously, you know me for a long time. I've been following Italy since, back in the day. I'm going to say, even when we won the World Cup in 2006, that is the best I've ever seen Italy play condensed as a whole team. It wasn't even like there was one standout person. The whole team just had flair, and there was a non-stop drill moving forward. So the first game I was buzzing, and I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. What's going to happen in the next one? Obviously, same kind of worry and concern because there was another team that's going quite up and down. And if you're looking at the previous Swiss game, you saw the way they played as well. Embolo, they're forward really fast. I was like, you got Chiellini and Bonucci, and then Chiellini got injured, and then it was a stand-in as well. And it was just, the worry was there. But then yet again, what happened? Another 3-0. I was like, 6 goals, 2 games. The team played well.
Yeah.
And me being me, obviously, we're going into the last game. We only needed 1 point to qualify, or practically we were there anyway. Or obviously, the worry was that Wales would have overtaken, and we would have finished second in the group, and the rest is history. But we went in that game. Midfield completely changed. Barella. What's his name? Nicolo Barella, and who's the other midfielder? My God. So Verratti came in and I know Nicolo Barella, and who's the other one that played? Oh my God, my brain is gone. I'm trying to quickly think.
Well, Locatelli didn't play that game.
Locatelli, bravo. That's Nicolo Locatelli and Barella didn't play. So you're looking at that. Thank you. So you're thinking about that. Then they didn't. He changed the midfield completely with Pessina and Verratti. Now Verratti obviously we were waiting for him to play, and Pessina I've never seen play. The game was really hard fought, and obviously we scored the 1-0. I was like, wow. And I said to my dad jokingly, if he's changed most of the team, he's got to take Donnarumma off. What's he going to do? He takes Donnarumma off, puts it in. And I was laughing. And I said, you got a manager with bollocks. He's literally changed the whole team. And he played 11 different players in another game. Now,
why do you think he took off Donnarumma?
So, Donnarumma, the way he took it. So, there was, everyone thought it was just them, taking the piss. But actually, what it was is what Mancini promised all of the 26 players that he's taken to the Euros is he was brought, Mancini, when he used to play, was brought to the World Cup 1990. And 1990, it was held in Italy. He didn't play 1 minute of football for Italy in that World Cup. And it still stings now. So what he promised is that every single player will get a moment to play for the team, no matter what. So he did the swap with Sirigu and Donnarumma. So Sirigu got to feel the atmosphere at home. The only player that hasn't played is Meret, which is the other goalkeeper. So 25 out of the 26 players have already played for the national team in the group stage, which is kind of unheard of. You know what I mean? And the fact that we could play another team, put another team out and still win, I was in awe of just the team itself. Like, it's unbelievable. And the rest of the group was really interesting, but the Turkey got absolutely, got absolutely stuffed.
We were calling them dark horses. And you're right, they definitely got stuffed, boy.
Like a turkey at Christmas, they got absolutely peppered, left, right,
center. My days. But Italy looked fluid, and I haven't seen a fluid Italy side ever. They're normally very rigid, organized, conservative at times.
Yeah, what was it? The Saki's way of playing, you know what I mean? So literally more defensive, or go 1-0 up and then switch off. For me, it's like watching Chelsea when they do that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like we go 1-0 up and then they just hang off the ball. But actually, this time round, it was like no, boom, 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 and it was just fluid football, persuasive, pushing. No matter what was going on, it was just bang, 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 and it actually destroyed the teams that they were playing against because they were getting knackered. Wales were blown out their arse. Turkey didn't know what happened, and Switzerland, well. But actually, if you're looking at the Swiss as well, they had a really good group stage as well, and the goals were just against Turkey. I was just like, Shaqiri, what the fuck? It's like literally boom, 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 boom. I was like, okay.
Literally. A very interesting group, which you obviously dominated with Wales and Switzerland finishing second and third, respectively. Let's go into Group B.
Yeah.
Obviously, the group, then you had Denmark, Finland, and Russia. Now, we'll obviously talk about the major event regarding Denmark a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean...
but all in all, it was so good to see them go through, especially what had happened in that first game.
For me, it was, I mean, so if you're looking at the way, obviously you have Belgium, Denmark, Finland, and Russia. And for me, another dark horse in that actual group, I would have thought Russia for some reason, because they had a good tournament at the World Cup. They got quarterfinals, wasn't it? Or semis? Quarters. And I thought, wow, okay. But then they were saying, obviously, excuse me, there was a bit of a delay with this tournament starting, and there was a completely different team, and they got absolutely mad. I mean, the group was quite tight for the final four. They all finished on 3 points, and Belgium obviously 4 points as well. So Belgium done really well. Lukaku looks like a completely different player. Under Conte, he's really thrived. You can see that his fitness levels are high. Even Kevin De Bruyne coming into play was just, it's like, wow. And they look really good. Like they do look a bit debilable at the back, but they have got a bit of an aging back four, or so say centre halves. But they look really strong. I'm actually in the next round, which we'll discuss after. I'm a bit worried about if we get them because they've got very domineering football going on. So I'm just a bit like, Denmark. Yeah, I mean, the first game against Finland, I was watching it, obviously, and it was an eye opener. Do you know what I mean? Like, we do take life for granted. Absolutely. And I think, obviously, you know me, and going through my own journey of weight loss and whatever. Not that we're going to go into that, but going through my own fitness, and to think that someone that's actually does it day in, day out, to collapse like that. And I thought he was having a seizure, but then and I think it was very eye opening, gut wrenching.
Listen, time stood still.
Yeah. And the fact that I know the BBC had nothing to do with the live streaming of the events as they occurred, but to see him being defibrillated on the pitch and seeing his torso jump, I've never been like my actual toes curled, and being medical background myself, it was just. Yeah, it was really like, oh, please don't let anything happen. And obviously, the picture of him waving with his eyes open because the CPR was really good.
Yeah.
Thank God, was really promising. And, I'm thanking God now that he's actually on the recovery stages. Whether Christian Eriksen will play again, we don't know. But you got to think Daley Blind actually has a heart internal defibrillator himself and still plays football. So, there is possibility. Medicine has advanced, but if I was him, I think he's made enough money at the age of 29 and he's got 2 kids. Concentrate on the kids, the family, enjoy, like football is here, and, he's got another 6 years. It's not worth it. I think it's just retire, maybe do his badges and think about something else, to be honest.
But so for me, out of it being an eye opener, like honestly, I think time stood still at that time, and I think everyone at that moment in time, once again, just had to stop and reflect on life. You know what I mean? Obviously, the last incident that I was aware of live was Marc-Vivien Foé. I mean, I know there's been obviously a few instances.
Yeah, Cameroon player.
I've heard about it and I've gone and checked for myself.
I've seen it. It's for Marc-Vivien Foé, when he died, he literally, the camera above the pitch. Yeah. That was him lying on the floor with his arms, that basic crucifix, and you could see his eyes rolling when he collapsed. So that was just, it's very memorable. There was him. There was obviously Muamba. And Muamba was down for 78 minutes. Yeah. No heartbeat. He was dead, and he came back. And then, there was I know it's just the fact that athletes that we look up to and know are, we put them on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, they are human and debilitable as well. And that's what it basically is bringing down to. I think it brings you back down to earth with a bang, that there's a lot of money in football, but, they at the end of it, what we're watching is human people pushing themselves day in, day out on the pitch, as well as keeping themselves fit for us to enjoy watching football. So, this is not all about that situation, but as I say, that was one thing that sticks in my mind, and I thought, what a way to start a tournament.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh my God, what's going to happen for the rest of this? And the fact that they continue playing, and it was Christian Eriksen that told him to play the game, says a lot about his character as an individual. He is a true champion as well. What a midfielder. So that was that. But to the football, I mean, they played, I think it would have been, their minds weren't in it. And Finland obviously won 1-0, which I was a bit like, oh my God. And then Denmark showed up at the last game, and the goals were just, what the fuck happened? It was just like they took steroids. Christensen scored an unbelievable screamer, like bang. The young player, what's his name? It's not Udegaard. It's something. He's a young 19-year-old, isn't he? Oh, Odegaard, something like that. He scored a lovely goal. It's the first goal that he scored as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Finland done really well as well. Timo Pukki, obviously, but they're going to find it hard. Obviously, a bit harsh that they didn't qualify. Did they qualify for? No, they didn't qualify for the next round because they finished on 3 points.
It's just too long.
Excuse me.
But, like, as you said earlier on, like the way Belgium are looking at the minute, like, they look very strong. Obviously, the centre backs are aged, but that comes with experience. So
yeah,
it's interesting to see how they go on.
It's the same as Italy. We can say the same, can't we, with Chiellini and Bonucci? Aged players, but they bring their kind of own skill set as well. So
absolutely,
yeah.
Group C.
Oh my God. Schmucking the pancakes, yeah. Netherlands. So hit and miss at tournaments, but actually they've done really well. They got 9 points as well, but Dumfries as well. He looks cool. He looks quite good. The freight train.
You know who I want to give a shout out to? Gini Wijnaldum.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah.
He's been phenomenal.
Bossing captain and bossing it as well. And PSG got a good signing there, man.
You know, and it's just crazy how he's obviously gone on a free to PSG. You know?
Yeah, and this is it. But this is what they do. They let things go. Players' contracts go for that long, and it goes mental. Though you just think they must be kicking themselves, Liverpool, at the moment.
Absolutely. Gini Wijnaldum has been unreal, and Memphis Depay. With all the stick he used to take, obviously when he was at Man United, he's just come leaps and bounds.
Sorry, I will be eating something as well, just because obviously I've had a workout, so I will be eating whilst we talk about it. I will be answering as well. So
but he's been phenomenal, and it's just so interesting. Yes, he's playing up front, but he's got like that free role where he can just roam around the pitch how he wants. You know, and he's
the thing is with Depay. What you do find is he likes to be center of attention with the way he plays, and he's one of them players that, you know, he does play well, but he's, as I say, he's hit and miss. If he's not at the center of it, what you will find is he switches off from the game, and it makes it really difficult for him to kind of engage himself. But when he does switch on and think, you know what, today's my day, one of the strongest forwards in the world, to be honest. And he's gone Barcelona as well, hasn't
he? Yeah.
So he's at Barcelona. He signed for them. So we're looking at the very interesting transfer market at the moment. But loads of players going on free.
Yeah.
Or loads of money that's being spent is ridiculous. So
yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy.
Austria.
Even on that, Austria's been really good actually.
Alaba.
He's been phenomenal.
Is it Mbolo Des or is he?
He's Swiss.
He's Swiss. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not making an ass for myself here because I've definitely done it.
But Austria looked like a well-oiled unit. And stuff. They might pull a few surprises. You know, Ukraine. So hit and miss.
I mean, they got through 3 points, but honestly, like Yarmolenko, yes, performed for that one game, and obviously they got through. Yeah. We won't even talk about Macedonia.
You know, I want to give them their shout out, you know, because this is their first ever tournament, and you called it.
What did I say?
Pandev. You called it, and he did bits. And you know what? They didn't come and they weren't a pushover.
No.
You know?
They outscored England, for God's sake. You think about that. They outscored England. I'm not even like, so it says it all, right?
It is crazy. So, like, listen, North Macedonia did bits. You know, they did all right for their first tournament. Speaking of England.
Our next group, Group D.
Group D. Top of the group, which was expected. But the football was dire.
It's atrocious, mate.
Oh, my. I mean, apart from the first half against Czech.
It was atrocious, mate. Honestly, it was not football that I definitely, you know, it's Raheem Sterling, their top goal scorer with 2 goals, mate. And it says a lot.
Southgate, he's got to get rid of this whole double pivot madness.
Of who?
The double pivot.
Oh.
Rice and Phillips, surely.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be getting Jude Bellingham in there.
Well, I'm not going to say anything because they don't look, Bellingham and Sancho, because they're not getting enough time in the England squad. They don't look gelled. They don't look like as if, like, you know, when they play for Borussia, they just look unbelievable. But because they're so young, and you could tell that they're not really geared up as they would be if they were playing out of their club, and you think there'll be a bit more of a mesh there. There really isn't. They look lost coming on the pitch. Maguire's actually stood up to the platter. I thought he done really well.
This is probably sums it up.
Our manager is a cucumber. Unbelievable.
He's a regular on quite a few shows. He's good vibes.
Yeah. He's a manager as a cucumber. Yeah, he's a lettuce, more like. He's a wilt.
Listen, he's going to be their downfall.
Yeah.
Massively, he's going to be their downfall.
The thing is, what's happened? England, we were saying it. They did well in the World Cup, and you know, you said, "Oh my God, they overachieved," and I agree with that. Now they're living off that, and not the 1990s anymore. They're still living off 1966, which is in black and white on TV, and then it's in HD if you want to get it as well. Manolo Piricoglione, man, don't look at the past, look at the future. You've got players that actually, if you put them in the right context, play them in the right mind frame, players that actually should be there, like Lingard. I don't care. Lingard should have gone because honestly, the guy had a season which was unbelievable. And what happened? He left him at home, and he bought, you know, like, all right, Kane just for the sake of, but Kane don't look like the Kane of when he scored bangs in goals left, right, and centre, does he? He looks lost.
He's not going to get dropped.
No, and he said it publicly on the TV, which is shameful. Yeah. And again, what did I say to you? It's all about names.
In all honesty, I wouldn't run the risk of dropping Kane myself. However, if you're going off form, he's just not doing it at the moment. But let's give England their props, though. 0 goals conceded.
Huh?
They haven't conceded.
Oh, fuck off.
No, you got to be real with it. They haven't conceded.
And 1-0. And they won, and then 0-0.
This is tournament football, Leo.
All right.
You don't concede.
I'm going to sound like a dickhead, innit? And I don't really talk about it. Italy scored 7 goals, bruv. And conceded that many goals as well. Eh?
You, as an Italian, should know that you go and spam tournaments 1-0 and win them. So you can't take it.
You got the Yorkshire Pillow, innit? Don't worry about it.
Looking at the rest of that group, oh my gosh, let's laugh at Scotland. Because
let's do it, man.
Mad hype. And to be fair, they played well against England.
Mate, they had the best fans, and they always do. I'm sorry to say, mate, but
to be fair, the fans turned out.
They look like haggis though on the pitch, man.
But Scotland, they
are poor. And the only player that performed really well ended up getting COVID and took out 2 of the England players. I was fucking cracking up at that, mate. It is what it is at the end of the day, and they're not a tournament team. A bit too harsh on England.
Yeah, you're a bit too harsh on them. Stop being biased.
I'm not harsh. I'm just honest. And I mean, I'm Italian, like in regards to both my parents are Italian, you know, and Italian cultural. But when you watch England, it's not even being harsh. It's they frustrate the living shit out of you because they've got so much capability, so many young players that actually they could put in there, and they still just recycle the same old shit. And it's the truth. They recycle the same old shit and think that's going to work.
Do you think he's going to go back to Foden and Sterling? Because I think Grealish and Saka played.
Grealish gives you free kicks. Grealish actually is a bit more free flow, and that's what England need. But if you look at the way Grealish received the ball, it was all long balls, man. And England have always been a long ball. And I told you this in the thing. If I say England are not the way the formation that he does with the 3 at the back or the 2 at the back and that 4-3-3, England are a 4-4-2 team.
Yeah.
Because you can have one holding midfielder, 2 centre midfielders, or a left midfielder, right midfielder, and an attacking midfielder with 2 strikers. And potentially you could think you can have Calvert-Lewin on the left and Kane on the right. They're both really tall. Give a good ball, and one of them's definitely got to bang one in with their head, no? And this is the thing that he's not thinking about. You've got Calvert-Lewin actually probably score, given the chance, he'll probably score goals because he can. He's actually.
I think that's the problem, though, Leo. The problem is, you say given the chance, England are not creating chances at the moment.
No.
And I think that's partly due to the fact that number one, Grealish ain't playing. Because he's probably one of the most, he's the best ball progressor. He gets the ball, he drives, he wins fouls.
And he puts Rashford on.
As a 9, you put him as a 9.
Please don't bust my nuts, man. No, honestly, and you lot are playing Germany. Now, Germany, we obviously will pop on to Germany, but Germany looks shit at this tournament, but they still go through, eh?
They've just got that tactical nous at the moment, which is crazy. You know what? Let's move on. Group
Who
E.
you saying Scotland?
Oh, no, we're done with that. Croatia and Czech, I don't know how they.
Yeah, I mean, Modric.
He's a good player, but he's just aging. Croatia's just got age inside.
He turned it back a little bit. Perisic looked good. Not gonna lie. But they've got an age team, and I think. And then Czech Republic. Not the Karol Popolski days, not the Nedved days. We're not getting excited about them. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, no Jan Koller, none of that.
No. Oh my God, Jan Koller as well. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
What do you call it? Group E. Now Sweden top the group.
Sweden. Yeah, with no Ibrahimovic, with 7 points. Bellezzi.
And with Lindelof looking good.
Forsberg as well, eh?
Forsberg's been amazing so far.
Fucking hell, what a player, mate. He's turned up to it, mate, honestly.
You know what's funny? Because RB Leipzig have a lot of good players.
Unbelievable.
You know?
Unbelievable. The German league, they get some great fucking talent in there.
Yeah.
They got some great talent.
And their model, obviously, they unfortunately end up selling them to Bayern Munich. But they just churn out talent after talent.
Yeah.
You know? Such a good model, to be fair. But Sweden were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Spain need a striker.
And I'm a Juventus fan, Morata. La Madonna. How many penalties do you want to miss between Morata and was it Moreno? Who missed the other one? Hey, what the fuck? Like, you get paid to play football, you can't even hit from 12 yards, man.
Quick question, because obviously you got like you're a Juventus fan, but like obviously in the Premier you do like Chelsea and that.
Yeah.
Timo Werner or Alvaro Morata?
Up front.
Yeah, if you were to pick, who would you have?
Oh. If you're looking for goals, Morata. If you're looking for a beast that literally pulls defenders in, holds the ball, and actually makes goals, Timo Werner, isn't it? And that's because if you're talking about Timo Werner from Leipzig,
yeah, he was on
the guy was just bing, boom, boom, nothing. He couldn't miss shit. At Chelsea, it's like someone's put the blinkers on and all he sees is that. But he's not scored goals, but he's been instrumental for Chelsea.
He has been effective. Yes,
he's been very instrumental for Chelsea. So it's a difficult one. But Morata was at Chelsea and no banana, man. Yeah. And that's the Prem, though. And that's the thing. People come to the Prem to prove themselves. Morata went back to Italy and he scores because he's used to the Juve system and used to the way that kind of Mediterranean football. But come over here where it's fast paced, no cigar. But Timo Werner may not be scoring, but he's holding his own in regards to like setting up, putting Kai Havertz into the team, into the game, and actually pulling players into scoring. And I like Timo. Honestly, I do like Timo. He's been poor with goals, but he's been really effective at Chelsea.
All right, quick question on Poland. Now,
oh my God.
Do you think, now that obviously Poland's out, if France then win the Euros, does Kante get the Ballon d'Or over Lewandowski?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Because the guy came from like literally nothing, man. Like he used to work in the building site, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. And I was like, it's ridiculous to think. But what I like about Kante is he's so humble. And he generally is. He's like a little kid that's afraid to do anything.
That's not a prerequisite to winning the Ballon d'Or. Let's talk about the attributes.
No,
listen, Lewandowski
is what I'm saying, man. The guy is humble. But Kante came into his own again now because he's playing in the right position. But Lewandowski, year in, year out, banging goals left, right, centre. And when they won the Champions League, he still didn't win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he would have won it last year. He definitely would have won it last year, I think. But even this year, 40 goals. And in this tournament, he's got 3 goals, even though Poland are out. He's got 3 goals.
Yeah, but look at who's scoring like a beast in this tournament.
Yeah, we'll get onto him in a minute.
So this is where I'm saying to you, as much as I love watching the Ballon d'Or, for me, it's a little bit corrupt.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not being funny. If you're going back to when, what year did Germany beat Argentina? It was 2010.
14.
In that tournament, who was the best player?
There's quite a few actually. Mario Götze was definitely up there.
One player. Got a massive transfer because of it.
Oh, James Rodriguez.
Who won best player of the tournament?
I can't remember.
Lionel Messi.
Oh, shock.
And you know what? Blatter gave it to him. Do you know what? And you can see him. If you get the video of him getting that, he looked fucking embarrassed. I was embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell did he deserve that. Just because it got to no way in hell. And the winner of that tournament, it should have been James Rodriguez. The guy played absolutely phenomenal.
He had an amazing tournament.
Yeah. So I think for me, like Ballon d'Or is done by the critics, the newspapers, and blah and blah. But for me, it's kind of corrupt. And like the big uproar when Modric won it over Ronaldo. Well, it speaks for itself, really.
There you go. Now the group of death.
Oh, the group of death, mate. That was killing me.
Almost through an absolute madness. Yeah. Hungary nearly pulled off the
yeah, Hungary. I feel so bad for them, man. They generally showed up, man, against Germany, and for me, it's just been, France haven't impressed me. I'm not gonna lie.
What's your thoughts on this? Big up to Santiago. Me and Santiago will be doing USI. The other show that
Ochoa was a goalkeeper of the tournament too. If we are talking, yeah. Agreed. Did it go to Neuer? It went to Neuer, isn't it? Yeah. He got Golden Glove. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, and he was. Yeah, Ochoa was phenomenal actually.
As I say, it's corrupt, and it's been proven, and that's why Blatter's out. Excuse me.
Yeah. This is
so. France, for me, not the France of the World Cup. They haven't really shown up for it.
Something hasn't really.
They're coming with too big-headed. I don't think.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon it's a bit of complacency, or do you just reckon they haven't gone up the gears yet?
Well, has Mbappe done anything apart from like using his pace? Has he scored?
No, he's got no goals, to be fair.
No.
One assist.
Benzema got 2.
Yeah.
Who else has scored?
Griezmann's got 1.
Griezmann against Hungary.
Yeah.
When Hungary
You
won.
can never write off the French, though.
I'm not saying write him off, but Varane's look absolutely dog shit. And he's meant to be like one of the paciest back at the back. He's been dog shit, man.
Speaking of Benzema, do you think Giroud should be starting more? Because I like Benzema, to be fair, but for some reason Giroud gives
Giroud is a very look. If you have to talk about players that actually turn up for the tournaments or turn up for their country, Giroud has got an absolutely phenomenal score rate for France. And I think basically he should be not starting, but getting more time on the pitch. 100%.
Yeah.
What else? Pogba. He's just there for the name, I think. I'm not being horrible to him, but
no. I think he's had a decent tournament so far.
Look, why is Kane in the England team? Going back to England really quickly. Sorry, guys. Why is Kane in the England team?
Kane's been phenomenal all season.
Yeah. Why is the England team at the moment, though?
Literally, similar reason.
He's a captain.
But
symbolic
captain as well, to be fair. But Pogba's been brilliant so far.
He's all right. I'm not going to say he's the best.
Listen, you obviously see two different Pogba.
You do. You don't see you see a Pogba that plays for for Man United, and he basically is injured all season. But he's blogging like a motherfucker about his injuries, and he's always in fucking rehab. But then he plays for France. But then when he was at Juventus, every game he played, bro, and he scored, boom, boom, boom. And that's the thing, like, I don't think he's happy at United as much as we say. I don't think he is.
No, he'll be gone. He'll be gone. And such. Yeah, Germany. I tell you what, they nearly blew it.
Guzon's played well.
He's been phenomenal. He won't be at Atalanta long.
No.
He won't be.
Great left back, but also left winger. Great goals. Yeah, they nearly flopped, man. I've never seen such a shit Germany team or a shit performance. To be honest, it's been really shocking, but it is what it is.
It is,
and they obviously overturned the 2-1 and 2-2, and they still went through luckily because of their win over Portugal, and that leads us on to Portugal. What a team! What a team! I mean, they finished third in the group. Unfortunately,
they look all right, but
they're another hit and miss. But
they're
Ronaldo,
so hit and miss. Ronaldo. And if you're going to talk about players name wise, Bruno's been missing.
Bruno has.
He's been missing.
But if you're looking at Ronaldo, beast, still at the age of 36, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that accolade. Like
the goal on the break, and he still he kept that. Did you see the run he done? He did the whole pitch in 15 seconds.
Yeah, he's a beast, and he's now obviously record goal scorer.
Just to be stereotypical Italian, isn't it? Pizza
with Ali Deli. I can't pronounce
yeah,
his name.
wrong.
For international goals, which he's gonna break.
Yeah,
he's gonna break that. And
I mean, who they got next?
Phenomenal feat and such. So, right, just quickly, we'll move on to the next section because I can see there's definitely interaction in the comment section. The calling is gonna be mad and such. So, let's just quickly go through the next round of fixtures and just say who you think is gonna go through. All right, so Wales, Denmark.
Oh fuck, that's such a hard game to predict.
Just give us a name. Wales or Denmark?
In Denmark.
Denmark. Right. Italy, Austria.
Italy.
Netherlands, Czech.
Holland.
Belgium, Portugal.
I think Portugal will pull it because I think Portugal. I think it's going to be a draw and finish on penalty.
Okay, fair enough. Croatia, Spain.
It's a difficult one to say, but if Croatia have got momentum now, but obviously Spain just won 5-0, but the goals were shit. They were own goals and whatever. I think Croatia, they're just a bit more fluidity. Perisic, if he plays the way he plays, and Modric will control that midfield. They've got no midfield, Spain.
Yeah. France, Switzerland.
France.
England, Germany.
England.
And Sweden, Ukraine.
Difficult one. I think that one's going to be a draw and another extra time penalties.
Cool. All right, you know what we're going to do here? Because we've actually covered quite a few of the topics in that segment. Like, obviously, we're live. We digress. So
it's fine. It's the way it is. It's a free flowing.
It is, and it is what it is, and it's still great content, and that's what we're going to bring for you.
Yeah,
well, like I say, I'm going to give my viewpoints. Because there's another goal that we haven't showed, but I think needs a special mention. Massive question here. What pizza is it? It looks decent.
Margarita with olives, man. Unbelievable, bro. I just finished a gym session, so I was like, I need to eat something because I literally need to carb load for tomorrow.
Literally wasted all the hard work he's done in the gym. But you know.
Trust me, man. Phenomenal.
Orton doesn't agree, really. Said the celebration was better than the goal.
For the captain, yeah, I believe it, 100%, mate.
Now, I said I was going to have my viewpoints. How was Modric's goal against Scotland not in?
Oh look, Aaron, was Modric's goal in top 5?
I agree. Why was it not in the top 5?
Why? You know what? There's always a doozy in there. For me, I'm not going to be a dick. I've seen it before from Modric. Yes, he's an older player now.
Just change your mind, man.
We're not changing my mind. I've seen it before. We know he's got it in his locker. So for me, it was not a novelty. These players that have done this, you don't see it every day from them. So they definitely deserve a top 5 reward for me, man. But I know. I never said Modric isn't a good player, but I'm sticking with what my beliefs are.
Right. If you ever see
roll camera, roll it. Come on.
Listen, if you ever want to know a troll, it's this guy called Bradley. Don't ask. No, but big up to Bradley though. He kind of helped me set up and start this whole YouTube thing. So big up to Bradley. He has his own channel. It's a United channel called UTD Fan TV. So United fans, go out and check that out. If you're not a United fan, you still want to check it out, go do so. You know, it's more about fan and football opinion, and that's what you call it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what we love. Once again, I agree with this comment. So yeah, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time. Let us get the phone lines open. So here's your time, guys. I'm gonna drop the link into the chat. Feel free to call in. I'm gonna remove some of these stuff so that we don't have anything clogging up the system. Come in and just have your say on the Euro so far.
Oh, you know, I've just seen the comments now. I didn't have it switched on. Fucking hell.
No, you know, the comment section is funny, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah. For me personally, just going forward, that England-Germany game is going to be a bit techie.
Yeah, I think it's going to be it's battle of wills at the end of the day. And you think about they've always had a bit of obviously they've had a massive, England Germany games. I think this one where the Germans are still a caliber, but less of a caliber, and England have got something to prove in this round. That's what's going to make the game really interesting. For me, that's what's going to make the game really interesting.
Some of the callers are coming in. We're going to bring in Moses first.
Of course, had to be me first. Had to be me first.
Evening, Moses. What are you saying?
What's going on?
Cool.
Representing yourself forward, boy. What's going on, Leo?
No, not much, my man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Talk to us.
Leo, Pogba, man. Come on. Come on. You know what? You can't get caught up in the hype that there is around Pogba. When you actually watch what he does, he's up there. Because even for me, he's same level as Kevin De Bruyne. He's there. He's that level. His range of passing and dictating of the game can easily get overlooked. But I'm telling you, this competition, especially in a France team that hasn't been fantastic, he's been the standout by a long way, in my opinion. But I get it's easy to say, oh, the Pogba at Man U isn't great and this and that. But when you actually look at him in this tournament, in the team, surrounded by all these star players, he still stands out, in my opinion.
I'm literally laughing.
That's right.
The Vibes is comment about Joachim Low will play in scratch and sniff at Wembley.
I can't
he loves scratching the balls. So yeah, I get him. He loves a bit of a ball bag, doesn't he? He's a dirty bastard. So we were.
What do you think about what Moses was saying?
Don't think I don't like Pogba. I generally have a lot of respect for the guy because, as I say, he grown from this young player to world-class player. And honestly, when he was at, not just because he was at Juventus, but obviously that's where he kind of hit up his kind of his momentum and made him a great, an eye-opening prospect. And obviously he was at United prior to that, so United took him back. Where he is a big character, and I don't dishearten, he's a big character. He's the life and soul of teams. He knows he speaks up when he needs to speak up. And he's a leggy player. What I mean by leggy, he's obviously got the height. And that helps him, that propels him through his midfield. His movement's good. But if you're not every game, if you watch his movement, the guy is he's a bit slow sometimes. Like he's a bit lazy in the game, and he'll have like 10 minutes of complete boom boom boom, and then he'll just switch off again.
I don't agree with this lazy thing, You know
what? Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, with Pogba, he makes it look so easy. So
that's how I see it. Yeah,
you get caught out believing that he's not doing anything. But when you hear like other professionals talk about him, they're like, you can't get near him. Like, I think when we see it on the TV, you can't quite grasp how difficult what he's doing is, and the quality of pass he delivers, especially final pass, is absolutely out of this world. At Man United, he's obviously a little bit more restricted, whereas he's a bit deeper and he doesn't have that free role. But when he plays for France and he's able to get on the ball in the areas he wants to, he's able to deliver the passes that he wants to. He's crazy, and he's footwork. He's got the footwork of the best wingers in the world. Can't speak to Pogba about footwork because his footwork, when he gets in on the right wing and he's got to get into the box, he's getting in the box.
He's leggy.
I just think you can be harsh with Pogba at Manchester United, even though I still think that's a little bit too harsh. But for France, you can't talk to him. Wijnaldum and De Jong, miles ahead in this tournament in terms of midfield players. Miles ahead. There ain't no one doing what them boys are doing at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think people always have a preconception of Pogba just because of who he is. You know, this comment kind of sums it up. I think his agent's part of the problem too. Just let the guy play.
Yeah.
Just let him play.
Well, Raiola done the same with Donnarumma.
Be a defensive midfielder, and no, just leave him to play. You know, and I think he's unreal. He's quality.
Another thing with Pogba, more for Manchester United, he hasn't been given the players around him to support his qualities. So obviously, even now, right, they've bought Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes is good. You know, his numbers, you can't argue with his numbers, but really and truly, that's not ideal for Pogba. He's not the sort of player that he needs in there with him, because if you see France, they play like a Kante and Rabiot with him, which are like, they're all very central midfielders. And when you put a 10 in with Pogba, you take a little bit away from his game. I think he needs to play in a system where it's him and two like number 8s, where you haven't got to be that disciplined in your position, and you can still move out of your position and do what you want to do. And I think when you get put in that to the double pivot, you're sort of restricted in a way. Do you know what I mean? As to the things you can do and to the places you can go on the pitch.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to just have someone else in. What's your views so far, just in general?
Boy, Moses has said it all, mate. I agree. I can't believe that Pogba's getting disrespected on this stream. It's mad. It's crazy. Pogba, to be fair, Pogba's my favourite midfielder in the Premiership right now, you know, to be honest. So, to be honest, did you see what he done yesterday where he rolled the ball under his foot? Forget it. Yeah,
I'm listening to all of it. I'm taking it all in. Don't worry.
You know what though? Everyone's got their favourites, but I think that's a bit of a mad statement. What you said, honestly.
Oh, is there anything specific you wanted to discuss? And then we'll say the same for Aaron. Welcome, Aaron, to the show.
Cheers.
Not really.
I've got some stuff to say about it.
There's been a few comments I didn't agree with, but I think everybody's the same.
What didn't you agree with? Apart from Pogba.
Wasn't you saying something about Harry Kane as well?
What I said about Harry Kane was, I rate his goals in the Premiership. He's had an injury. He's been injured this season, hasn't he? He still scored, but he's been injured. And the fact he's starting, just come back from his injury, he's starting in every game. Hasn't had many chances, I agree. The ball hasn't been fed to him. But he did have a shot. Yeah, the goalkeeper had a strong wrist and saved it. He had that shot. The goalkeeper saved it with a strong wrist. But I'm not being funny. Like, he hasn't performed like miracle. You think, oh my God, he hasn't shone at all. He hasn't
been good, but Harry Kane is a killer.
I didn't say he's a bad player. What I said was he hasn't performed at this tournament, and for me, he doesn't deserve to be starting at the moment.
Oh, listen, look.
You need a captain. That's why he's in your team. He's got that.
This is my second point. Yeah? Harry Kane has to play. Even taking him off is crazy. Yeah, because. You see, Ronaldo's got 5 goals in this tournament. He hasn't really done much, but he's got 5 goals. That's what that level of player can bring you. You can't You can't play Dominic Calvert-Lewin over Harry Kane in a competition like this.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there though. Do you think England are a 4-3-3 or a 3-4-3 team?
The thing with the 4-2-3-1, and I discussed this on the podcast today that we recorded, playing out from the back Follow us.
Yeah, shout out, by the way. Shout out, Moses.
Yeah.
What a shameless plug, boy.
We discussed this today, yeah?
Like, can you kick him out of his bag anyway?
Yeah. So
Disgusting.
we discussed this today, and the problem with Harry Kane is the three players behind him have got to be set up to play for Harry Kane. And I think that when you play Sterling and you play Foden, the way they play at Man City is full on attack. They get to the byline, they kite across the front of the goal, and it's normally a tap-in. But the problem with Kane is where he drops so deep, by the time he gets to that position, the attack is finished. So the attack's already gone. So when he plays with Foden and Sterling, there's a problem. But you saw when he played with Saka and Grealish, who are different players, what they do is they take quite a few touches, they carry the ball and they take quite a few touches. They slow it down enough for him to get in the box. And he was getting a lot more joy playing with those players. But the question now is, do you leave out Foden because everyone goes crazy when Foden's out of the team? Do you leave out Sterling? Everyone goes crazy when Sterling's out of the team. Or do you leave out Kane? You can't leave out Kane.
Do you know what? Yeah.
I think what Gareth Southgate's going to need to do is he's going to need to sacrifice players that maybe we all think should play behind Kane, i.e. Mount and Foden, who do the same job as Kane. They drop into the same areas. And he might need to play a Saka or a Sancho who's more of a ball carrier and more of a 1v1 player that will take players on and give Kane a chance to get closer to the box and do what he does for Spurs.
Yeah. Aaron, I'm going to bring you in here. What's your thoughts on England and the Southgate situation?
First of all, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a very proactive day with all the transfer stuff, taking a break from the Euros, and we found out our fixtures today, which was quite special.
If you don't know, Aaron's a Doncaster Rovers fan.
The mighty Rovers.
Yeah, we found out our Carabao Cup opponents and our Papa John's Trophy group.
Bro. Yeah, that is a shameless plug, bro.
Well, to be fair, last year in the Carabao Cup, we only lost 3-2 to Blackburn Rovers in first round, so it wasn't a bad start last season. We've got Walsall this time, and then in our Papa John's group, we've got in our Papa John's group this year, we've got Rotherham, Scunthorpe, and Man City Academy. So it shouldn't be too bad. Got to deal with Man City's youngsters first. Look, with the Euros, I think I probably speak on behalf of everyone. I say the second team my second favourite team that I want to see win the Euros is Denmark. I think that their support has been fantastic. Their team's just been outrageous. The stars have been unbelievable. And it's not even including what happened to Christian Eriksen. That was just the extra spirit that we all got behind just to help that nation. But aside from that incident, there was standout players that I think could do really well at this tournament. So Denmark are my dark horses for this Euros. England have scraped through. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's not paper the cracks. They scraped through. 2 goals, conceded none. And that's because they've hardly had anything to defend against sometimes. Because they're playing 3 middle-of-the-road nations with a few standout players. That's what the group was. Mediocre nations with a few standout players. Scotland, Czech Republic, and whoever the other one is. But yeah, England aren't my best bet to win it. Of course, it would be nice because obviously I've got a bet on if England win the Euros, I'm going to dye my hair blonde like Phil Foden. So I'd rather not win the Euros, to be perfectly honest. Otherwise, I'm going to look like an absolute pillock. I think that Italy and Belgium are probably my best bets to win it. I think Belgium's looked outstanding, but their defensive frailties. Italy just look a completely different era. They look like a completely different era under them now. I would say France as well, but I think the frailties in that Portugal game kind of make me doubt them more. I think it started to make me doubt them more. So I think maybe France could fall away at some point. I mean, to be fair, I predicted a possible semi-final between England and Wales, and people were like, nah, it's never going to happen. If we beat Germany and Wales go through in their sort of setup, we're going to have an England-Wales semi-final at the end of it. So, you know, people that were laughing at me are probably thinking, oh, maybe I should have believed him. But I think in terms of a final, I'm probably predicting a final of either England versus Belgium or Denmark versus Belgium or Denmark versus Italy or England v Italy.
You're really pushing this Denmark thing.
I believe in Denmark. I believe in Denmark.
Sponsored by Dame Pack Bacon. Yeah, is that what you're doing? Yeah? You're going to plug us with something in a sec, I swear.
No, bro. I've not got any relations to Denmark, but it's just I've just got this feeling about Denmark. I don't know what it is. I've just got this kind of
You got the 1992 vibes, yeah.
Yeah, like Leicester 5,000-1 vibes. Like it could happen against all the odds.
Yeah, as Gino the Campo says, as my grandmother had wheels, should be a bike, man. I don't think so.
Aaron, it ain't happening.
No, if it happens, you got to dye your hair red.
Oh, mate, I'm going to look like Slim Shady in a red haircut.
That's it.
Never say never. It could happen.
That's what I mean. There's always that even the 1% chance of it happening. I don't know what it is. I've just got this gut feeling that something incredible is going to happen in this Euro tournament. So incredible things have happened. Terrifying things have happened. I've just got this gut feeling about Denmark. They could go some distance. Like I'm predicting Denmark maximum maybe quarters or semi-finals, potentially the final if they get through England and Wales. But that's about it, because that England side of the group's easier than the other side of the group. So all you've got to contend with on England's side really is Wales and Denmark. So I think there's a chance Denmark could reach at least the semi-finals, maybe even the final if they get through us, because let's be honest, we've got less attack than Denmark. So I think Denmark could reach the final. But then it's, can you overtake the odds and go?
Aaron, all I've heard you say is Denmark. Literally every other word is Denmark, and then Denmark, and then Denmark.
Aaron, I've got a question for you. Can you really scrape through a group with 7 points, no goals conceded? Is that what you call scraping through?
It depends on the way you're playing, to be honest, because. Like with England, for example, we scored 2 goals with no conceding. We scraped through because of the way we were playing. We were playing backways football. Kane was dropping deep in the centre midfield. We weren't getting the attacks. Sterling, I don't care if he scored goals to get us out of jail. He's overrated and overpriced, from my opinion.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. He takes way too many touches. His work rate's good and his heart's in the right place, but he takes way too many touches. He holds on to the ball. There was a specific moment, I think it was the first game or the Scotland game. I think it was one of those two. Yeah. And there was a person right there for the easy pass to put the ball in, get someone's head on it, and get the goal. Yeah. Sterling kept hold of the ball for way too much, got to the edge of the box, didn't backheel it to the player who was right in the same amount of space. He had the same amount of space open as before. He decided to fake dive, and he didn't get away with it. So, you know, Sterling's football intelligence sometimes is not as experienced as his age and his CV. I think that's the thing that makes it with me with Sterling. I feel like he's a bit overrated because his football decisions let him down sometimes. And I feel like it lets down his work rate and the fact that his heart's in the right place.
Oh, see, this is a big problem with fan and their opinions, you know. No, seriously, I respect your opinion. That's your opinion, but what has to be respected more than technical ability, right? Is consistency. Yeah, because there's so many like variables against footballers to be consistent. Sterling has banged 20 plus goals, 3 seasons in a row. He's had 3 seasons in a row. He's had 1 bad season. He's shown consistency. He's a world-class player. He's not technically the best player, but his numbers.
Yeah, he's a decent player. As a decent player, I just don't think nationally. I feel like he's internationally. I feel like he's overrated.
Well, he got us through the group stages, so
scraped, by the way.
You know what? England's playing at the moment is, for me, is the same as what I've seen is Nero Rocchi was the manager. So if you think his management style was like Mourinho, so he played Catenaccio or the chain. And if you think of Jose Mourinho now, he obviously, parks the bus. For me, England do a little bit too much of that. So there's a bit of Catenaccio there, which you're seeing at the moment, which is the way Italy used to play. And obviously, I think that's what we're seeing at the moment from England. So I think to experiment will be good, but I don't think he's experimenting with the right players. He keeps go on.
The thing is with this park the bus system that we're talking about is that when you win competitions like the Euros and the World Cup, that's how people play.
Aaron, you got a Danish bird, yeah?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
No, I've been single. I've been single for last week.
No. So
last week, what was she? Was she from? Where was she from?
She was from my area. She was from Donny. But
where was she from?
I'm not going to go into too much details. But basically, she was seeing someone behind my back, and she was trying to control my friends list.
Was he Danish?
No. She was English, but she was.
The guy. He weren't Danish.
No.
It was Raheem Sterling.
Hey.
No, she was very controlling.
Sorry to hear that, mate.
Sorry to hear that, mate. I'll go back to what I was saying. Sorry. So this defensive part of the bus system that we're talking about England playing, that's how Greece won the Euros. That's how Portugal won the Euros. We're talking about scraping through groups. Portugal got 3 draws. Portugal got 3 draws
at the moment,
and they got 3 draws in the group in 2016. Went on to win the competition.
Yeah.
And even Chelsea winning the Champions League, they did it from a very defensive base, and they relied on their quality to the quality players up front to not nick a goal but get a goal. And
that was amazing back pocket play.
But Moses, Gareth Southgate ain't trying to be. He's not trying to play like that. He's not trying to do it with Mourinho. He's not. He wants to play. Hold on. He wants to play on the front foot. One thing that worries me about England. Hold on. Wait. One thing that worries me, that's always worried me about England. We've had good teams. We've had good teams and stuff like that. Now, one of the best teams England I've seen. What worries me about England always is that we always get sucked into playing how the opposition.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So don't we think that this time is different? He's gone for a pragmatic style.
I don't believe he wants to play pragmatically. I believe he wants to play on the front foot, but England, as we are, we always get sucked in. Like Scotland, Scotland actually played better than us, They're the better chances, they should have won.
Hallelujah, someone said it.
That's the facts about it. But really and truly, we should be. Look how Croatia dealt with Scotland. We should be deep. That's what I'm saying. England don't go out there and impose themselves upon a team. Like, we are England. We got the better teams. Do you understand? What we do is go out there and we kind of lower our level to the opposition. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work vice versa. If we come against a great France team that step it up, we don't step up as well. It's just like we're like monotone. We just.
I think if he wanted to play on the front foot, we wouldn't be seeing 2 holding midfielders. He could go more aggressive. He could put Mount in there and take out Calvin Phillips. I think his whole.
What, the Yorkshire Pirlo? No, I'm cool.
I think his whole idea of this tournament was to do it the way that he's doing it, not concede any goals and rely on your Kanes, your Grealish, your Sterlings, your set pieces.
Just say Sterling,
to win these games. To win these games. That's what I think he's done.
I think to answer, I can't remember who asked it, but I think it was Leo to say whether 4-4-3 team or I think we should be a 4-3-3 team. And in that middle 3, you need to take You need to take Rice out, take him out, put Mount or put Jude Bellingham in there.
I'm gonna say, look at the technicality, okay? Look at Pickford, okay? So he plays the long ball. And look how excited everyone got when they did that. England have always been the long ball team. They're not tiki-taka. They're not one touch and move. They are long ball, direct, boom, goal. This is England. It's never going to change. You can have 50 fucking Ronaldos in that team and still play the long ball because England that is their style of play. That is how the FA have always played England. England are a long ball team. I'm being serious. And the fucking thing is, they are a 4-4-2 team. It's simple. I'm telling you, they are better off with a diamond shape in that middle and the wingers and left and right midfielders using them as wingers if needed. But they're better off with 4-4-2 than this 4-3-2-1. They need two strikers, man. It's too much for one player like Kane, who's got strength, I agree, who's got ability, I agree, can score, I agree, but he's not getting a service. And with another striker, it puts him back on the front foot because someone else is doing the donkey work. At the moment, Kane is doing all the fucking donkey work. And that is why your right winger is scoring instead of your striker. Because he's holding the ball, which allows the movement there.
But you know what? On that note, like when you look at like Liverpool, Bobby Firmino does the donkey work. That allows.
Bobby Firmino is a donkey. Full stop. I do not rate that. Do not mention that name. I cannot. The only thing that's sick about him is his teeth. They're so fucking white, and that's the only thing, bro. That's the brightest thing about him.
You are triggered today.
I cannot deal with Firmino, man.
Bobby Firmino. Oh
yeah.
Firmino's a baller, you know.
He's a baller. He's got
baller.
He's got feet.
He's got teeth, bro. He's got teeth. Like this. He's got teeth.
Wow.
The Colgate model, bro. That guy is like bleaching the shit.
Vibes FC, he said it's mad they booed the knee, then they celebrated a Yardie scoring twice. Listen, yeah. Listen, you need to do a separate stream on this.
I'm gonna say to you, I fucking agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
I think there's so many bloody double standards out there. Do you know what I mean? There's so many double standards, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. It could definitely be a show in itself. You know
we
what?
could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Just quick update, if club football wise. Thanks for a shout out for this.
Yeah, we got the little Romano update. Weird thing is, I'm usually when I'm on other streams, I usually put in the private chat Romano update, and it's like air him now with our Romano update. They treat it like I'm buddy Chris Kamara or some shit.
Chris Kamara.
Go for it, dog.
So this relates to Wolverhampton Wanderers in a way as well. This comes from Fabrizio Romano. Olympique Marseille has asked for Pau Lopez. The Roma goalkeeper is set to leave the club this summer as Rui Patricio is close to signing to become a new Roma player. Patricio has already agreed personal terms with Roma. Jose Sarr will join Wolves as the replacement. So that is a definite. Jose Sarr is going to Wolves.
For you.
It was funny. That's one thing I was going to say about when we were talking about Portugal. I thought about Rui Patricio going Roma, and he signed someone else. He's looking to sign midfielder as well.
Matic.
No, it's someone else.
Oh, Xhaka. That's one.
Yeah, that's it from Arsenal. He wants Xhaka.
Yeah, that's cool. Gone from Matic player, you know.
They've gone from Matic to Xhaka. How far is Mourinho standing?
Xhaka, if he keeps it in Dzeko, that link will be unbelievable.
Xhaka
how far is Mourinho's standards for?
Xhaka will do well in
Xhaka will do well in the Italian league. I think the Premier League, the tempo is a little bit too much.
Torreira's been loaned out again as well. Torreira's been loaned out again.
That's Moses' favourite player, Torreira.
So that's
Herrera.
That's
Are you
Arsenal's
Arsenal, Moses? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Arsenal, mate.
Oh, sorry.
Moses. I will personally donate £5 to the Arsenal Fans Charity Foundation to support fans going through a rough time with a helpless club.
Yeah.
I heard their new sponsor's going to be Papa John and Denmark here, bro. That's it.
We'll take Tyrese John Jules for free if you want. We'll take him on a free deal. He's been brilliant for us. And
right, man's banging out a Corona, bro. He don't give a shit. Soul beer, man's gone for pissy beer.
We'll take him.
He went for pissy beer, look.
Arsenal will be all right, guys. Trust me. We can't get into Arsenal. It's an hour and 20 minutes into the pod. It can't be.
No,
we'll stick with the Euros for now. But Arsenal,
to be fair, you know what? Let's
sorry. What is everyone saying like for the winner of the or like final?
That was just my question.
Oh, sorry.
Who wins? That's all right. Who wins the Euros? And we'll wrap up on that. Go on, Oates, you first.
I would. Are they on separate sides? I can't remember, but I'm actually going to say Portugal, France, and do you know what? I reckon that Portugal could do it again.
They're on the same side, though. I think.
Are they on the same side?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to say Portugal, and do you know what? I'm going to say Wales.
Wow.
No, I thought Denmark was well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to say Wales.
Off the last one, though.
Don't underestimate Wales, you know, honestly.
All right. Aaron, who wins the Euros?
Denmark. Look.
He's dying on that hill. I rate him, though.
Yeah, he's bounced. Moses?
France for me. I think the final will be France versus England. And I think it's going to be France. I think if it's anyone other than France in the final, England will win it. But otherwise, I think it will be France.
Leo?
North Macedonia, innit?
While everyone's making these mad shouts.
Bruv, did anyone see North Macedonia's training quickly before? Did anyone see it with the cones?
No.
Yeah, they had the cones.
They're fucking running around with they're running around with the cone and the ball with the ball in the cone, and they're flicking it to each other, so they have to catch it and run. And I'm like, there's nothing to do with football there. I don't know what that was, bro. But England should try it because I'm telling you, North Macedonia outscored England, so I'm definitely thinking it would be a decent.
Rich, when the Euros is finished, you got to do another one because if England win this, I'm going to be unbearable for you, Leo.
If England win it, man's having fish and chips, innit?
Mate, I'm going to be coming on here with blonde hair if we win this.
Oh, 100% we'll have you back with blonde hair. So France for Moses. Aaron, we didn't hear your shout.
Denmark, come on, just say it. Fucking hell, we know.
You know what? Screw it. I'm going either Italy or Denmark.
The right thing.
And the reason why I've gone with that is because Italy, because I think they're a force to be reckoned with right now. They look untouchable at times, so they've got a real chance over France. And Denmark, because I've just got this gut feeling about Denmark. They're going to go a really, really long way.
All right. Leo.
Yeah.
Italy for you. I'm not surprised you said that. I'm going.
I rarely say it honestly, but fuck me. Yeah, I want to say Italy because of the way they played, but that's all I'm saying. I can't.
I said France at the start, but the way Germany managed to pull through last night, they just have that knack.
They played fucking hungry, bro.
Football is football.
I mean, it's a good
know
way.
How we know how.
It's a good way for the coach to go out before the new one comes in, but I just don't see it.
Judge him low. Do you know what he's doing, bro? Man's putting his guarantees putting his face mask on his ball sack and then putting it on so he doesn't.
I was going to say, I reckon Joachim Lowe's trying to do as much damage as possible before Flick comes in.
Mate, he's definitely scratching the shit out of someone's balls because the man's like, he's just mank.
So
So
you lot love balls. Let's end this. You lot love balls too much. Yeah. Listen, thanks to Aaron coming on. Oates, Moses, thanks for jumping in on the first live, man. Yeah, there's gonna be.
Let's grab a bite, a double everything bite. Let's get dressed up to let the good times roll and pick up the chat.
What the? What?
what are you watching, you dirty motherfucker?
Who the fuck
Your
is
channel,
that?
bro.
I bet that
Oh,
was.
800. I just.
Who the bloody hell was that?
Sorry, I was looking at the Euro table. There's an advert on the website.
My man's like, 800. That's my. Are you watching Danish porn? Is how you're doing? Yeah. That's what he's doing. He's watching the fucking going that way, bro. That's it.
Yeah. Just around. Aaron, shout out your channel.
Through football, DRFC, Donkster Rovers content. We've got some brand new transfer business in the coming days. Left midfielder, we're talking to 3 right now. We've got a CDM on the way as well. Bostock staying at the club, which is good news. Also, guys, Costa Chow theme parks. I'm going to be at Alton Towers on Monday for my 21st. So if you do see me at the park, please say hi. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 1 million views on Costa Chow YouTube channel. So it'd be really helpful if we get to 1 million views and 3,000 subscribers. And apparently, if I get to 4,000 subscribers, this company is going to make me into one of those little minifigure toys. So it'd be really nice to get to 4K, to be honest. But yeah, both channels and yeah, killing it right now.
No, thanks for coming on. Oates,
Yeah, no
I know
worries.
your business. You want to shout that out?
Yeah, I don't have no nothing. I'm just on here because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah. But big up yourselves every time. Rich, this is wicked. Moses, you've got your own little pod. I'll let you do your little plug, but his one is wicked as well. Big yourself up, Leo, and you as well, Aaron, man. Also, big up Aaron White in the comments as well. Yeah, leave me alone. I said Wells and I said it with my chest.
Moses, pick up your pod.
Yeah, podcast, playing out from the back on Twitter at POFTB. And obviously you can listen to the podcast on all your main sort of streaming networks, Apple, Spotify, etc. Yeah, football podcast, doing all right. Not as good as the Doncaster one, though. I might have to speak to you. But yeah, so follow us, listen. It's good.
Wicked. Thank you guys for coming and have a good evening.
Yeah, no worries, man. Cheers.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, that was it. Our first one, our first live show.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
many more to come.
good bit of good bit of banter, good bit of chat.
Banter back and forth. This is what it's about, like friendly banter. You know, no, I love
I mean,
it.
you got to be
Absolutely.
serious with the Firmino and the teeth. I think that's where it's like, we should have done the Copa America as well. Copa America, that would have been interesting as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is where we're going with it. It's the Euros at the moment, but myself and Leo will be then covering when the Premier League starts, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga, and you name it. There'll be loads more content, loads more opportunity to have call-ins and stuff.
Champions League edition, Europa Cup,
yes,
Arsenal edition because they're not in any cut. I'm joking. EFL, yeah.
You know, yeah. Let's not forget about the EFL.
EFL.
Not forget about the EFL. But yeah, this is it. This is Euroscope, our first one, and thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, follow Eagle Eyed Football for all your future content. And anything else? Any last words, Leo?
Nah, peace out. Live life, enjoy it. Come on, football's winning today. Fans are going to enjoy football over again. Everyone stay safe. And we'll be back with Euroscope soon.
Absolutely. Peace.
Good days. Peace.